Okay, good morning to you. It is April 17th on this lovely Friday morning. I hope you are blessed and that you are finding your joy. And I know I spoke about that in my last video. But it is an important key to find what makes you happy and what fills your heart up with joy and love and compassion, not only for yourself but for others. And these are some messages that came out today. Breath of the cosmos, weight of the world, surrender to the sweetness, and double mission. Now, a couple of these cards have come out for myself before, actually all of them now that I'm looking at them, just when I do my personal readings. And, I was asking Spirit to help guide the messages this morning and to have the cards come out for what messages that they would like me to speak on today. And it's just so funny that these 4 cards came out again. So this is a good message. Speaks about letting go, not carrying the weight of the world on your own shoulders, that it's not yours to carry, to let go of it, to set your boundaries within yourself and what you allow yourself to carry on a daily basis or a moment-to-moment basis, and being able to let it go if it's weighing you down, to be able to open up your heart and understand and know that there is something more to this, and there is something more beyond ourselves that helps us out from moment to moment and day to day. And that is pure love consciousness. Not only that we are made of that as well, but that it all surrounds us on a continual basis. That wants us to find our joy and our love and our peace and our harmony in life, because that's what we were meant to be in the first place. We weren't meant to go through, well, in a sense we were meant to go through this type of situation or feelings, or the negative feelings, so that we could know what the positive feelings or what the positive outcomes are for us. It's learning life lessons to be able to come out of the darkness, or be able to shine light into the darkness. And, surrender to the sweetness, the flow, the joy of life. I know for myself, sometimes I get stuck in those negative emotions sometimes. And like yesterday, I was kind of dealing with that yesterday and just wondering, why in the world am I feeling this? Why in the world am I going through this again? I feel like I process these emotions all the time. And some days are better than others. And, this isn't to, make anybody feel sorry for me, but it's just to share my perspective on some of the things that I go through, that you might find hope or give you peace within your life or your situation, whatever you're going through. But anyway, and just couldn't understand why I was going through some of the negative emotions again yesterday, and I was so tired and I was so drained. And I just kept asking, why, why again? I constantly have to deal with these emotions. And it is for me to learn, and it is for me to be able to, what's the word for it? Overcome them, or to help me see a different way of looking at it, a different perspective on it. But it was really weighing me down yesterday, and I just couldn't understand why. Things have been kind of going a little smoothly for me, not 100%. I still have my struggles day to day, minute to minute, but just could not seem to understand why I just felt so heavy yesterday and just so down. And I kept trying to do affirmations. Nothing seemed to be helping. Nothing seemed to be lifting it off of me. And maybe it was just that I needed to rest. Sometimes it's just, your body possibly telling you need to lay down and just rest and recover and to recuperate and to refill yourself back up. I mean, I feel a lot better today, and I did rest a lot yesterday, even though I kept being down on myself about, gosh, I need to get up and clean, I need to do this, I need to do that. But my body and my mind and my heart was just not having it at all yesterday. So I did take the time to rest. I do feel a little bit better today, and I hope today will be a little bit better productive day for me, and to be able to carry out the things that I want to carry out throughout the day. But maybe it was the sign of maybe I was carrying too much of the weight of the world on my shoulders, and maybe I just needed to let it go, process those feelings to be able to let it go. There we go. And just maybe give you hope that if you are feeling down or you are feeling heavy, that maybe it's just your body needing to rest, your mind to rest, your heart to rest, and just to be still, or just to kind of take a break from thinking or overthinking or processing those emotions that maybe we all don't like to deal with from time to time. Or that maybe you were worrying too much and you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and maybe it's just a sign to say, hey, you need to slow down a little bit. You need to take a break. You need to stop pushing yourself so dang hard and stop getting down on yourself so dang hard, which is what I do to myself all the time. And those are some of the messages that I've been getting through other channels as well for myself, things that I resonate with or things that I'm drawn to. I will listen, and there is a lot of messages talking about that, so maybe somebody else needs to hear it as well, hearing it from my perspective and what I deal with, and I hope that this can give you some clarity on maybe what you're going through, or at the very least some hope that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that when we go through these things that might seem heavy or dark or negative, that maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe there's something that we need to work on or process, or even, like I had said before, just to rest. Our bodies go through so much on a daily basis that sometimes I forget to give myself time to rest and to recuperate and to refill back up myself with what it is that I love to do or what I find joy in. Just because you get so entangled and throughout the day sometimes that it's just, you just try and try and try and try and try, and you go, and eventually your body's like, hey, hello. It's time to lay it down. Time to recuperate. Oh, let's see here. And to be able to try to help you to let it go, my will to thy will is the Breath of the Cosmos card. Micromanaging the universe. Be able to surrender maybe the burdens to a higher power or whatever it is that you believe in, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through just even saying it, with your words, or even in your mind, like, this is not my energy. Reaffirming to yourself that, sometimes we take on other people's emotions and other things that are going on around us, and that we realize we'd end up taking it on ourselves, and we don't realize how much of that we are carrying. So what I do, and I did forget kind of to do it yesterday, sometimes I forget to do this, but sometimes if I'm feeling something that I don't quite think that is my emotion or my, my energy, I will just say, Or if it's maybe something I don't want in my life, I'll just say, this is not my energy. And I'll repeat it inside my mind over and over and over and over again until it lifts up. And that kind of helps me to lift up the burden a little bit. If it's something that creeps into the mind or into the emotional body, I'll just reaffirm or tell myself that that's not my energy. That is not me. That is not my energy. I do not need to carry that. I am, higher consciousness, having a human experience. I am divine, sovereign, and free. And I do not accept that energy. That is not my energy. Like, just kind of like affirmations along those words, I guess. And you can take what resonates and what doesn't. It's just it's on my own personal things that I do that maybe might help you. Not sure, but it's just something that I do that I learned a little while ago, is just say that's not my energy. And I did kind of forget to do that yesterday until the end of the day. It kind of popped back into my head, and I started doing that again, reminding myself that this is not my energy. This is not how I want to feel. This is not what I want to do today, except for maybe I just did need some physical rest. But I did start doing that later on in the day, and I just said, this is not my energy. This is not my energy. This is not my energy. And I just do it quietly inside my mind. I mean, sometimes I'll speak it out loud, but I do it over and over in my mind, just for my own peace of mind, to be able to let go of things that maybe I don't feel are really coming from me. And it speaks about the weight of the world, boundaries, setting your boundaries. Maybe that's to help to set your boundaries, to be able to repeat that or to say that, and to also help you to let it go and not carry it and not take it on as your own, and to surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life, meaning, enjoy your life. And find comfort in the joys of life, and in the joys of living a fulfilling life by loving what you do, loving what you're sharing, loving what you're speaking. And then double mission, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Tap into who you are. And this is a message for myself as well. I have a hard time sometimes figuring out what it is that I want to do. What's my purpose here? I've kind of always known what my purpose is here. I just recently started following it because I had to overcome a lot of fears with it, because it was different and it was something out of the ordinary, something that wasn't mainstream. It is becoming more acceptable now. But because it was not mainstream, even when I thought it back when I was younger, I just kept writing it off as, that's just something that I just don't want to get into right now. I'm curious about it, but I'm going to hold off on this, and I'm going to logically live my life and analyze things. And believe me, it's not following my intuition and not following the desires of my heart and doing what fills me up with joy for a lot of my life has led me down some paths that weren't so joyous, led me down some paths that weren't so great. But I do look back now and look at it as, well, I had to learn it. I had to learn through my experiences. I had to learn what it was that I didn't like and what I didn't want in order to realize this was the path that I needed to follow from the beginning. I just was too afraid of it. And I'm still processing that. I'm still overcoming that. Sometimes it still creeps back in. Am I doing the right thing? Am I learning the right knowledge that I need to know? And it does come from within me as well. I kind of tap into that as certain things that might come up, and I still might be hesitant on it to learn things, but I guess the curiosity is driving me more now than it ever has before, because I've been able to let go of some of that fear, and I've been able to let go of some of the things that were holding me back. And it wasn't really exterior things. Some were and some weren't. Some things were, it was on my own perspective on it and my own fears I had to deal with, and to let go of those fears in order to move forward with the things that I desired or I felt joy in doing. Because, being raised, and you got to think logically, you got to, be practical about life, and you got to work hard, and there's nothing wrong with all of that. It has served its purpose in my life. But now I feel it's a different beginning for me. And I'm listening to my intuition a little bit more, and I'm going down those roads of curiosity that I had for a very long time. And now I'm starting to build up the knowledge and build up and look into the things that I've been curious about. And maybe this is just for some hope for you, that maybe if you're struggling with things or you're hesitating on things, take it step by step, little piece by little piece. Take what you can handle, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And try to integrate what you learn each time that you feel is what the right for you, and integrate it in to your life, which I'm still dealing with. The integration part. But it's a process, and I'm learning, and that's all I can do right now. And just know that no matter what, I will continue to learn, and I will continue to grow, and I will continue to look down the paths that are a little bit less followed, or even pave my own way, I guess. But it is exciting to learn new knowledge. It is exciting to learn some of these things that have been on my mind for a long time, and then now I'm starting to slowly, step outside my box, I guess, step outside that circle of hesitation, I guess. But I'm learning, I'm growing, and I hope that you are too, because I think this life is just sometimes just that constantly growing, constantly learning, constantly experiencing new things so that we can grow. But I thank you for listening to my rant today. I did try basing it off. I mean, I feel like that was my message I needed to share with you. But take what resonates with you, leave the rest if it doesn't. If you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, let me know how you're doing. If there is anything that you're struggling with and just need an ear to, hear, just let me know. And I thank you for your time. And until next time, namaste.